5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are live.
What is up, brother?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Hey, man. Glad to have you back.
I'm glad to have you
I
back.
missed you.
Yeah, I know.
Welcome to the new studio, guys. We rented a spaceship for the night. We're going to take off to the moon, baby. Guys, we made it to episode 21. Technically episode 22, if you count the pilot episode.
Yeah.
Still having fun. We're kicking it.
We have a special guest today.
Very special guest.
Yes, sir.
We got Noé Barnett, the legend. Hey, man. Welcome to the table.
What's good?
Hey, man. Thanks for coming.
Yes, sir. Finally made it happen.
Yup. So,
Put my glasses on.
Noah, I was telling you before.
Hoodie.
So, you're the first guest that we've had that is actually premiering your own art on our episode. So, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And for sure got the biggest one, too. It's the biggest piece we've ever put on our episode. But
It's bigger than the wall.
I don't know. You want to talk about it a little bit, Noah? What kind of inspired you to
Maybe
go
you
this
guys
route?
should maybe just paint this wall. You know, I don't know if your landlord would be cool.
Hey,
Just throw a mural back there, and then you could hang.
Maybe if you do
pieces
the
each
mural.
time.
we might have to do that.
Yeah. But yeah, this is just about. I mean, it's titled "Ball is Life," so it's just kind of a mesh between flowers, which I paint.
Yeah.
I paint a lot of flowers. I paint a lot of like dichotomy, I guess, between like life and death and things
That's
like
cool.
that. So just always trying to merge different topics. And so I made this sculpture out of flowers and then went to this court. Actually, this is like a real photo that we took.
Oh, no way.
And
Dang, that's a cool
just,
picture. So that's a real picture, and then you just like
Yeah,
inserted
yeah,
that like in the
yeah.
actual thing. Do you
I'll
do
show
that
you
with a
one.
lot of your paintings? Like do
everything. I always
You,
like
it's actual related to real places and stuff. It's not just like
yeah, for the most part.
that's cool, man. That really brings like a sentimental value to like your work. Probably gives you more passion when you're doing it. You know, takes you to a real place.
Yeah.
I've noticed for sure that like flowers and stuff is like your niche almost, you know? Like I've never seen flowers that pop, you know? Like I feel like you're really good at like making it, you know, almost four-dimensional. I feel like I can smell the flowers from here. But no, I really like that look. And then the fact that it's like orange and related to like the basketball just like kind of brings it.
Well, aren't you doing like a series?
Yeah.
Oh, this is part of a series, like a
Yeah.
bigger series?
Yeah, it's not like fully formed yet, but like I was saying, just making a body of work around the relationship between like life and death.
Yeah.
And
That's crazy.
when I
man.
think of flowers, I just think of life and I think of beauty, and then I like go with on the other hand with like skulls and death. And
You have one that's like,
I made a
It's-
painting before this that was
wasn't it like the shape of a skull, but it was flowers,
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
within the skull?
yeah.
That's crazy.
I'll never forget. I forget what he told me. We had a talk outside the church. I want
Yeah.
to say a few months ago. What did you say? You said something about fall, or is it autumn? I think it was fall.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's where I forgot what you
Just
said.
like
Something about life.
so many people love the season. They love fall. They love when the leaves change colors. And,
Yeah.
And people fail to realize that that's just death. You know, that's
Right.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything is literally dying around you.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. But when it comes to life and us as humans, when things die in our lives and when we grow old, like no one wants to get older. No one
Yeah.
wants wrinkles. No one wants
Yeah.
all these gray hair, lose their hair.
It's almost poetic, you know?
But yeah, that's the beauty. Like it's beautiful to grow old. It's beautiful
For sure.
to age.
I feel like nowadays, like, well, I guess it just depends on like what the person is, but like everyone's just so fearful of death, you know? Like everyone's trying to, how can we make human beings last, you know, 100 years more, or how can we, you know, prolong the aging process? And I feel like it's good to definitely like seek those things, but in a way you gotta kind of just accept that like part of life is death, you know? It's kind of crazy to think.
No, it is.
but,
Yeah.
I mean, everyone that you've ever known is gonna go through the same thing. It's not like there's just certain people that kind of get to skip out, you know, except one person.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's kind of deep, man. That's real deep. That's like a really it's a hard topic to face, you know, life and death, and the fact that you can make art out of it and like really bring it to life, and make people more accepting. I feel like it, like by you telling the story about it, it makes people like accept it a little bit more, you know?
That's the goal. Yeah.
That's cool, man. Have you always been an artist? Like, have you always played with, like, you know, paints and stuff? Like, does it run in the family?
No, none of the above.
No?
No.
So when did you start getting into it or, like, taking it seriously?
2014.
2014?
6 years ago, yeah.
Wow, that's not that long ago,
No.
if you think about it.
I've only been painting for 2.5 years, but I've been doing art in general for about 6.
What you do a lot is like bigger pieces, right? Like, well, what I've noticed, like, cause if you're from New Mexico and you watch the news, you've probably seen Noah all over it, cause you do huge murals and you do them related to like current events almost. Like one that I could think of is like when the George Floyd incident happened. Like you did like the cool black fist that was like just like so detailed and then like the essential workers one.
Yeah, that was a cool one.
That was a really cool one because you actually did like real people that we know.
Yeah.
You know, you got
Ron.
Yeah, you got Ron, the firefighter. I mean, we all forget that he's like a firefighter. Like he's like a hero, you know.
Yeah.
And we only see him like when we hang out and stuff. But you like just to show them like in their work, like, you know, those are the people that we depend on that don't get days off for Corona.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like I was saying, started 2014, so like leading up to that I was just playing sports, like playing basketball, playing Halo, playing
Which is your favorite Halo?
Halo 3 for sure.
This is my best friend. Dude, Halo 3 tops them all, dude.
Yeah.
We taking brutes out all left and right.
All my high school is just me like stealing my neighbor's Wi-Fi so I can play online. I didn't have Wi-Fi. I would like put.
You're like the reason they're lagging.
No, bro. I would put my Xbox in my sister's room because it was closer to the neighbor's house. Because my parents didn't want to invest in any Wi-Fi, so.
That's funny, bro.
Yeah, I was just hooping.
I never had
playing COD.
I never had exposure to like Wi-Fi or anything till I was older. Like even college, I didn't get Wi-Fi till I was in college.
When you actually get it, it like blows your mind.
Your character's not like doing this like every second.
Yeah.
And Noah,
what's that?
And Noah could hoop.
That's all like I said, I was either hooping or I was at the crib playing Xbox, you know.
Like
then I wanted.
Oh my bad. No, that's all you.
Wanted to be a police officer, and that's what I did from like 18 to 21. Super long story, but that ended up not working out, and then that's when I went back to school. Went to UNM and started painting.
Nice. What did you get your degree in?
Fine art.
Nice.
Very, very arbitrary degree, but.
Did you get like some stuff out of it that, like, would you say that it was worth it? Like, are you still using traits that they taught you in there?
It's worth it, but not for the reasons you would expect. Like art school is not going to teach you, by and large, how to like draw better or how to paint better. You know, it's mainly like, for me personally, it gave me. Because when you tell people you're going to be an artist, they kind of laugh at you, you know? It's not like a secure job. You don't have health insurance. You don't have a paycheck, you know? Starving artist is like a cliche for a reason. And so being in school, one, I was able to take out student loans for better or worse. Like I didn't have to work and I could just spend all my time working on my craft. So
a lot of time. Would you just paint all throughout the night and then go to school in the day?
Yeah, that's all. That's still all I do, you know.
Noah the night owl.
I know, exactly.
We'll all be hanging out and like doing stuff, and then everyone goes home, and we're like, "What are you gonna go do, Noah?" He's like, "I'm gonna go to work."
And I'll text him, and then like I'll get a text at like 1 a.m. back from Noah.
So hey, you want to get some Denny's?
Waffle House.
Waffle House.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I used to see you last call though too, bro. I know you're getting down on those fries.
Yes.
Noah introduced me to those fries, bro.
If you're watching this. I'm gonna look right there. If you go to last call, get the fries, not the burrito. That's.
When he first told me that, I almost disowned you, dude.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no, stick around, bro. I'm telling you, try this.
Yeah.
He's like, you got to get it with the fork. I'm like, all right.
Gotta get it with
the ratio from like sauce to fry ratio, it's not the same, you know.
Yeah, you're right. I missed last call, man. Is this still open?
Still
at all?
open, yeah. It's on the west side.
Yeah. on
Oh,
the
so it
west
just
side.
moved. Without the clubs, they don't really got business. No one wants
Crazy.
burrito at 2 in the morning without being buzzed or being an artist. That's funny, man. So, you know how, like, you said you just started doing canvas, and then also you do, like, other kinds of arts, or, I don't know, like, different techniques? What about, like, spray paint? Because I see you do a lot of your work using a ton of spray paint. Like, was that something that you developed, like, later on after you started painting, or was it, like, spray paint came first and then
No.
all the other stuff?
No. In like the timeline, spray painting came last.
Mm.
So I started out drawing, and this is like a natural like evolution for most artists. Like you like imitate people. So I started out Ninja Turtles, comic book characters. I see you have a lot of that around here. So started doing that. Slowly progressed to like thinking about my own ideas, because I've always had like, I don't know if issues is the right word, but just always felt like I didn't belong on Earth for whatever reason. And so I've always had this like drive to try and fit in. And so I transformed like the skill in learning how to draw and transform that into my own ideas, doing drawings still with like pencil, paper, bigger drawings, to doing like 6 foot tall drawings with like charcoal and stuff.
Wow.
Then learned how to paint, started painting, again, bigger paintings, and then...
So what made you want to go bigger? Like, were you just, like, wanting to just see it, like, from a grand perspective? Like, when did you, like, decide, like, you know what, I'm going to do this whole wall?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Because a lot of artists I know, they don't graduate from, like, the canvas.
Yeah.
You know? And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But, like, when I see your paintings, they're standalone for sure. Because... a lot of art, like most of the art here in Albuquerque, you know, like a lot of your art you can't like take to an art show or like the small ones because it's so huge. Like you can't take the side of a building to an art. I don't know. Like I guess you probably just like create as you go, huh? Like you probably just come up with stuff and then just run with it.
More or less, yeah. I have a book that I keep on me. It's like my over right here actually, but I like duct tape my cards on here. So this is like my wallet, and like whenever I have an idea, like I just always write stuff down, like stream of consciousness things. Because short-term memory is like impossible. So
For sure.
if I have any idea, I just write it down so I get it out of my head.
That's
and
good.
then sometimes I'll be like, man, that's a great idea. I'll run with it.
Dang.
And either maybe it belongs on a canvas, maybe
Yeah.
it belongs on a wall.
That's cool, man. That's
Depends,
good.
Yeah.
That's cool to see. Like, I don't know how like you start off like with even a blank canvas or a blank wall, and you just make it come to life.
Yeah, that's like what I am so like in awe about is like your imagination is so wild, right? Like it's like your brain is just doing this constantly. So like to like actually like grab stuff from your brain and throw it out there, it seems harder than it looks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because your mind is crazy. Like I feel like it would be hard to like stay like committed to like one idea and doing a whole thing. Like I feel like if I was doing a big piece of art, I would like, because I'm sure it's like a state of mind, right? Like do you have to put yourself in a state of mind when you're at work? Like does it change on like how you're working? Like if you're listening to music and stuff?
No.
Because I've noticed when I like we'll even be messing around doing canvases and we'll like start off and we're listening to like some Rufus Du Sol. And then all of a sudden like a Kanye song will come on or something and then like half our painting just changes too.
Yeah.
I guess it's just like self-control.
Yeah.
No, it's more so at least for me when I'm at the stage where I'm actually painting, everything's figured out. So it's just about execution at that point.
Like you know exactly what you have to do. It's just putting in the work.
So if I'm listening to Kanye or I listen to a lot of audiobooks while I paint, and so it doesn't really affect the outcome.
I need to start doing that, listening to more audiobooks.
Yeah.
That's all I hear is, that's how you know you're getting older, huh? When you just like listening to people talk. Like, you know how when you were younger, you used to get in the car and you'd hear like AM radio and you're like, why would anyone want to listen to anyone talk? And then now, like, I don't know, I listen to music too, but lately I just like love hearing people's perspectives.
Yeah.
Like just like people talk, like I just feel like I get out of it.
For sure. I mean,
but an audiobook's probably just the same, right? Like it's just reading it to you, like.
Exactly. And say a book's 7 hours, I usually listen to things on like triple speed. So even when I watch your podcast, YouTube only lets you do double, but I'll like speed it up, so
No
it takes
way.
like 30 minutes.
So do we sound like chipmunks?
I actually, when I slow it down, I'm like, man, these guys talk slow, and then because I'm not used to listening to it like on double speed.
Yeah.
Actually,
Well, if we upload this one, we gotta keep it regular speed though. Okay.
no, you upload it normally, but then
Oh,
like
then
you
when you're
just
listening
like
to it,
play
you
it
go
back.
forward.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Sound like minions from
Nah.
What kind of music do you listen to? Are you all over the place?
Not really. I like a lot of things, but I mainly stick to like the hip hop,
Yeah.
like rap genre. But I love like Taylor Swift and
Nice.
country, Thomas Rhett, Morgan Wallen, like all those guys.
Morgan Wallen's fire.
Who? Margot Wallace?
Sam Hunt.
Sam Hunt, yeah.
Sam
What-
Hunt's
Do you
sick. I
like
Sam Hunt.
old school?
Country?
Yeah, like
nah,
George Strait?
nah. Or like Chris Stapleton, all those guys. I like love that stuff, but I mainly stick to like Black and freaking Boogie,
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Cuddy, obviously.
Yeah.
Like
Before this podcast, we were getting down to somebody. We're all
Yeah.
setting up. Feel me now, hey. It probably took us like 10 times longer to set up. We were just vibing, huh?
I know when Noah sent me a song, I'm like, well, this one's it's about to be a banger. I'm like,
yeah,
oh.
man.
today's Wednesday.
Today's
Wednesday,
Wednesday, yeah.
Okay.
Does
I
anyone
thought it
drop
was
tomorrow?
Thursday. Yeah, I was like, we gotta go check the.
Who drops?
I don't know. I think Morgan Wallen actually drops an album soon. I don't know if it's tomorrow.
Country?
Yeah. I know Eminem dropped like I want to say last week
Eminem dropped?
or 2 weeks ago. It was like music to be murdered by like
Oh.
deluxe, but it was like 15 new songs or something.
How do you keep up with that on Twitter?
Twitter.
Do you follow pages that'll say
Yeah.
like dropping
Yeah,
this week? Because
exactly.
I follow some, but it's just for hip hop.
Did you listen to Playboy Cardi's new
Nah,
song?
I listened to the one with Kanye, which I really liked Kanye's verse, and then the one with Kid Cudi, and that was about it.
Yeah, that's the only two I listened to.
I'm not a fan, honestly.
I skipped his part to Kid Cudi's part.
Yeah.
I freak out. Like,
He sounded
so
weird.
like what amazes me, bro, is like, so Playboy Cardi came out with the song with Kid Cudi. Obviously, they did like a music video to it,
Yeah.
and the song is like, you know, it's all right, it's whatever. I feel like they just kind of threw them both together and made it happen. But in 2 days, it got 3 million views, and like Kid Cudi's like brand new music videos that like are for Man on the Moon 3. People have been waiting for it for like a long time, like anticipated album.
Yeah.
It still hasn't got a mil, and it's like already been like 2 weeks.
Really?
But like it just like blows my mind, like how you know some people
No, how to
like
do that.
some people have just the hype behind them. You know what I mean? I don't know. I
Well,
guess
look at
that's
like
just
the
the niche
Paul
for every
brothers,
kind.
dude, like fighting.
Yeah.
One's fighting Floyd Mayweather,
Yep.
and the other one's been trolling all these other fighters. And
It's
You
just
know
all
what I'm saying?
it's just all hype. Those guys.
Yeah. I mean, it's just numbers, you know.
For sure.
I feel like people like Cudi and just like those 21 Pilots is another band that would come to mind. They have like a cult following. So the
Yeah.
numbers might not be as high,
Right.
but the numbers that
But the
are
people
there,
who are with them are
like,
consistent.
yeah, all
Like
the way.
they'll listen to every one of their albums
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, you're right. I feel like with the Paul brothers, it's like they kind of have turned into like these Conor McGregor figures, like where you want to either see them get their
Butt
butt
kicked,
whooped,
yeah.
or you're just a douchebag like them
Love
and
them,
just
yeah.
want to see them. Yeah.
I don't know anyone that like loves Jake Paul. Or, I don't know what's it, Logan.
Logan. Yeah.
Is he, like,
I
as
listen to
bad
Logan's
as-
podcast.
He's not as bad, like outlandish.
He's
as,
chill, yeah.
Okay.
So Logan's more chill. He has his own podcast, and he's more not reserved, but just not as like douchey. Like he's actually like more thought out. And whereas Jake Paul is just like
saying whatever.
he knows, he's smart. He knows what makes money, and that's probably all he cares about. So he's like, what's the fastest way to the top?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call out Conor McGregor's wife. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And just stir it up. And that way,
Sure.
when everyone sees it, we're like, oh,
Yeah, and then we keep.
what's Conor gonna do? Oh.
Yeah.
Connor's not doing anything.
It's crazy how we attract to drama, huh? Like we
As a
just love
society,
seeing a car
yeah.
accident.
That's like new, like society with social media now. That's what Twitter. Instagram makes it so accessible
Yeah.
to just tap into it now.
Yep. That's why Street Beast is so popular.
You love that show. You guys love that show.
Not me. I don't mess with that.
Dude, I just remember being at Kosi's house and all of a sudden you just hear a guy barking, biting someone's face. We're watching it like, dude, what is wrong with you? So, you guys want to see it? I feel like he reminds me of the guy that's like, you want to see a dead body? He's like, yeah, I'll just show you something and you're like, why did I watch that? No, but I don't know. When I see stuff like this, I really want to, it makes me want to just create more, even if obviously like I'm not even anywhere near this, but like how you said you get your thoughts out on the canvas, I feel like it would be like, you know, like good just therapy to just like throw stuff out there, you know?
What do you guys want to say outside of your podcast? I mean, if you were to create a series of work, do you have anything
like what would be the theme?
Yeah.
Dude, I like can relate to yours so much. Like I feel like the way how you like describe yourself like as an outsider.
Yeah.
And like not really like being like a puzzle that fits like in like a certain, you know, category or of like even just human beings. I feel like that's kind of like how me and Brandon are. Like we're our own people, but we're almost too original to where we can't like find like people that are like can match the same page as us, you know. And you know we're good people. Like you know you're a good person. We could get along with the fly, but like at the end of the day, like you go home and you're just like you still feel alone, like in your own thoughts.
Yeah.
You still feel alone on this earth. It's weird. Like that's why I attract so much to like to
could,
God and stuff because he kind of like brings reassurance that I'm not just here by myself, you know?
That's how I feel like too. Like I could go around, like I'm at work with people, do the activities after work, and then like you're still surrounded by people, but at the end of the day, like you go back on that drive to my house and I'm just like, you know, you're just deep in thought, like who's actually there.
Your drive is too long. For one, that's probably the.
He has enough time to rethink his whole life.
Exactly.
No, but I think I don't know if I had a body of work to do. I've been thinking about this for like probably like when I got in quarantine. Is that like it's good to have a routine, but I felt like I was getting like we get so caught up in a routine. You just like you know like kind of like life becomes like like we know what we're gonna be doing on Monday, Tuesday we know exactly where we're gonna be at what time.
Right.
Wednesday, and then the Thursday, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're like that's what we're looking forward to each week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like
and then when that time comes, it's like
yeah, and then you're getting ready for the next thing. And I just kind of thought about that being on quarantine.
Yeah,
like
well, it's gotten us used to living like in a routine. You know?
Yeah, like this is my bubble. Like
yeah,
like I got safe into a bubble, and like I need to kind of like go out on another adventure and find something.
Right. Quarantine's like, yeah, look, you could live your life in your house for the rest of your life.
And I didn't like it.
Look, it's possible.
Yeah.
I was ready after the 5th day to get out of it.
I already lived my life like that, so nothing even changed.
The quarantine life.
Yeah. I was like, wow, this is pretty normal. Yeah. Nothing has changed. Everyone's like dying. I'm like, all right.
Everyone's freaking out.
I remember like the lockdown first happened. He had like a little get together kind of like a movie thing with Diego. I think Isaac showed up, and he just walks in with a package of toilet paper, dude, from Amazon.
Who?
Noah. He ordered us some toilet
To
paper.
Diego's house, or was
it was at your house?
Oh,
Diego was there.
Yeah.
And then Isaac showed up too.
Forget bringing all the
was
drinks
going
and
crazy.
everything,
Yeah.
bro. You came to bear gifts. I bet you everybody's freaking out. That's still like talk about a social experiment, man. That was something crazy. That just shows like what the heck happened.
So your thing would be like breaking monotony, or what would you? How would you like
I don't know
if you
how
had
to
to
Like breaking the cycle, breaking the chain,
Yeah, kind of.
like
But,
like going against the grain. Just kidding.
against the grain?
in a way.
Should
but
make a
it's like-
drinking game every time someone says that. Yeah.
It's like I don't know. I think it's snapping out of it.
Like
You know
waking
what I'm
up.
saying? Yeah, kind of like waking up out of it, like that same routine every week.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Because I kind of snapped out of it. I had to be taken out of it to look from a different perspective. You know, like from not doing that routine
Right.
for 10 days was like, oh my gosh, like, you know what I'm saying?
Sketchy.
Like, it kind of freaked me out in a bit.
I feel you. I think one thing that we all stand for, like us three at this table, that we can like maybe lead the way in is just like embracing like our own weirdness and embracing our own like individuality, and like letting people know that like it's okay to like be your own person, and like it's okay to not like fit in, basically, you know. Like you could still be a good person. Like I mean, we all have tons of friends, so I can't like say that we're like outcasts or anything like that, but we're also like our own leaders in a way, you know. Like we're kind of like our own wolf pack. Like we're almost lone wolves in a way. That's how I think of myself.
Sound like Alan did from The Hangover.
It's cool because you own your own thoughts, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like we own our own thoughts. Like when we speak, it comes straight from our heart, and like we don't like need other people's approval to like, you know, embrace who we are.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people are too afraid to speak their own thoughts now, because they could get like chastised or, you know.
You get canceled.
Yeah, you could get canceled, dude.
Quick.
That's why I had to chill out on Twitter.
And, well, like with that being said, do you feel like you ever altered your behavior, like in your like thinking back on your life? Can you think of a time where maybe you weren't yourself to try and like fit in a little bit, or you always been?
Yeah, no. Well, like I would struggle because, like, you obviously go back to high school because that's when everyone is like forced to hang out with everyone, and like I remember. Because I was in sports and stuff, so like I would hang out, you know, like they would say, you know, you're in sports, hang out with all the jocks. So I would be hanging out with all the jocks, and I'm like, these guys are idiots, you know. Like I just kept thinking to myself, I'm like, everyone's like sucking up to the one guy who's the loudest in the room, and half the stuff he's saying is just like complete like BS,
Yeah.
you know. But everyone's just like catering to him because they know he's like,
Yeah.
you know, the quarterback or just whatever. And I was just like hanging out with him, and I'm like, dang, like I don't want to like be in a group where we have to like kiss this guy's butt, like just to feel like we're like, you know, appreciated, you know. And I don't know, so like I slowly like just kind of like started seeking like individuals and like starting like my own like specific friendships. Like I would have a close friend that was like in drama, you know, like, but I wasn't ever a drama kid, but I had that one drama kid that like I just like connected with, you know. Like I got better at seeking like goodness in people.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of, I guess it's like, it's something that you could be thankful for, you know. It's just recognizing good souls.
Yeah.
And, you know, not like, I don't know, not judging people, you know, for, even if you disagree with them. I'm sure you disagree with a lot of your best friends, huh?
Yeah.
Like, because
sure.
my best friends, like, we're not, like, we have a tight circle, but none of us agree, like, with everything. Like, and that's what I love about it, you know?
If
like,
you all agree, what's the point? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
You're not growing.
Yeah, you're not growing. You're like, so it's cool that we challenge each other's opinions.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, and then also be open to, like, changing your opinion and not, like, being married to something.
Yeah.
Because if you look back, I'm sure you were, like, married to a thought at one point, you know, like, or a way of
100%.
thinking. Yeah, and then you look back and you're like, dang, like,
I'm an idiot.
I was like, that was really who I was in that moment. Like, I thought I was never going to change. And then now you look back and it's like, whoa. Like, you know, you grew a little more.
Yeah. I actually made a whole art show about that topic too. This was a couple years ago at this point, but I want to hear about your...
Dang it. I thought you were going to forget.
No, never.
I think, for me, like one time I became a chameleon or tried to, like, I was like when I first started going back
I thought
to
you were
church.
trying to say comedian. But
Oh, no, chameleon. I'm
That
like,
too. I need a
That
joke
too.
before the podcast ends.
I stopped writing. I need to start writing again. But it was probably when I started going back to the church.
Yeah.
You know, like by myself. Like,
Yeah, I remember we had that convo.
like I think I wanted to be like not myself, just try to fit in with everyone.
Right.
I'm like thinking like, you know, like I don't know. I was like in a rough time at that time, going through like a fresh breakup. And I just kind of wanted like to fit in and not be like that lone guy, you know. And I talked to him. I kind of gravitated to Noah first. He's the first one who came up to talk to me. And then I met everyone else, dude. And then slowly but surely I started coming out of my shell. And yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. I was just grateful that they kind of like, I guess in a way they, what's like the word?
Enabled you?
No. They solved it. Yeah, embraced me.
Embraced you, okay.
Instead of like, you know, like,
Right.
it was cool. It was like a good experience. Like it made me feel good. Like
it
I could
wasn't
connect
like
with
the
some.
type of friendship where they wanted to change you the way they were right away.
I know it didn't feel like, because like they were like leaders at the church.
Mhm.
It didn't feel like it was more like we have to do this. We have to go talk to you. It was more authentic than
Right.
just like
Yeah.
we're gonna go say what's up to him. He's alone, and then we're
Mhm.
gonna go do whatever. I was more like, oh, like this guy wants to invest. I mean, like you
For
know what
sure,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So like each week I kept going. I was like, okay, like
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how I would have got to meet you if it wasn't through like Brandon. And I think we were kind of going through that like transition in life at the same time,
Yeah.
and that's part of like what even like birthed us doing the podcast. Is like we were both like on the same page at the same moment in
Yeah,
life. You
it
know,
was,
like
yeah.
I was older than you, but we were both like in the same period, like
Going through the same.
yeah,
thing.
the same exact thing. And so we're like, we kind of like made it a pack, you know, like a deal. Like, you know, we gotta we know what's right and what's wrong. We gotta just we gotta try not to go back to like the old cycle. You know, we kind of held each other accountable. Cause you know how it is, bro. Like you try and break a cycle and then you could easily get sucked right back into that cycle without even thinking about it.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like, that's why when you have like people, like good friends that care about you around you, they'll help you out, you know?
That's one thing I like about you. Noah will tell me straight up too, and that's what I like having a friendship with him. Was like when I'm
He's all,
wrong,
dude, did you take a shower today?
like when I'm wrong, dude, he's not scared to tell me.
Yeah.
And that's what I like, you know, to criticize me when I'm wrong. Like when I'm wrong, and that's
Mhm.
like, that shows like that's a real friend, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like I've been with those friends that be like, yeah, dude, just do this, dude, and you're like, okay, that sounds good, and then you think back like you know it's wrong. Yeah.
Right. Screw over as many people as you can, bro.
Yeah.
Let's get rich.
Right.
Pyramid schemes.
Right? Pyramid schemes. Bro, come to my lunch. I swear. I know I've been talking for 10 years.
4X.
Yeah.
Shout out to anyone. I'm not trying to diss anyone.
Yeah.
You want to just have coffee at 7 p.m.? That's kind of okay. You know, we've all been sucked into it.
Shoot, I actually haven't.
I have once. Because I'm such a nice guy, and I'm like, you know, someone reaches out, you haven't talked to in a while, you're like, oh, okay, cool. And then you show up, and there's like, it's like a boardroom meeting.
Pamphlet, yeah.
Everyone's like, hey, welcome to,
Dang.
like, Scientology. One was Scientology. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say.
I know. I was like, I didn't know about that.
Tom Cruise was there. He's like, hey.
That's just thinking about what you're saying, like in terms of church, like it's crazy that like especially Citizen, the church that we go to, like that's such like in terms of like fitting in, there's such like a small like niche of people that are like how you need to dress and look. Like if you want to fit in, it's like a weird like this slim.
Yeah.
So it's a weird thing, you know.
Yeah.
To continue to go somewhere where you're not like, I don't know, I don't want to say accepted because we for sure
Right.
are, but just goes back to what we were saying about just not fitting in, but
Yeah.
just being okay, being yourself.
Right.
And if you leave a place because you're not the norm, then you're kind of making the problem that much worse, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
maybe you were put in that position to,
Be an outlier.
yeah, and to talk to that next person who's just like
Mhm.
you, who
Yeah.
walks into that place with no one that can relate to you on that same level. So.
Yeah.
And I went to him, like, a lot of times saying, like, I want to leave. He's like, well, it's not what you do. Like, you know, he kept bringing me in, like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, because I've had those same thoughts. I mean, still,
yeah.
every once in a while, I'm like, yeah, why am I still doing this? You know?
Heck
like,
yeah. That's why when we go through stuff and we see other people reflecting what we've gone through, like, you've gone through that ahead of them for a reason, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're almost, like, giving some insight to them. Like,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. When you were saying that you and Brandon, when you started the podcast, you were, like, going through the same thing.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Kid Cudi interview he did with Zane Lowe? Have you
Yeah.
seen
Yeah.
that?
Which one? He's done.
The new one?
The
The newest one?
Yeah. Where he talked about when they were making Kids See Ghosts, he said him and Kanye were going through like
Yeah.
the same like spiritual like
Yeah.
awakening at the same time.
Yeah,
that like project.
That's
came out
crazy,
of it.
huh?
Yeah, it is.
So
That's
you're
what-
Kanye, you're Cudi. I don't know if you're cool with that.
No, yeah.
I think we just we'll trade it every now and then.
Okay, that works.
Can I be Cuddy today? No, I'm just kidding.
I think
No, yeah.
No, you're right though, because we were going through a crazy spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
You know.
I think I'd rather be Kanye. I don't know.
Yeah.
But sorry.
Kanye
Yeah,
is
that's-
fun because
You'll be on those tanks,
I-
dude.
you can spaz out and it's okay. Everyone already knows that's what you do.
got the easy. He's just like creative.
You get to
like-
drive a tank, too. Have you seen his tank?
I have, yeah.
That's pretty gangster. You just sent me a GQ
Yeah,
cover,
you did GQ.
and it's like Kanye, like with like some like He has like flowers on his pants and he's just in front of the tank. Dude, come
Yeah.
on. It's all about, I know, right? What Yeezy is he on now? Like 20.
He's like on like the slipper Yeezys. I don't know what they're called.
I
like
just can't wait
slides.
till they come out with like a Tesla Yeezy. Imagine they
I
do a
can see it
collab.
happening.
Like these are the shoes that actually take away 25% of your gravity.
You're going down the rabbit hole, dude.
Dude, come on, dude. You know that would sell you. Even if they like made it up, they're like, these shoes actually do make you lighter. You know, they have a little bit of cushion. And there's this little crystal inside. I would be sold, dude.
This is like the year of conspiracy, I feel like. 2020.
This is the year of... Yeah.
All the conspiracy theorists are out. Like, what do you think about it?
This is the year when conspiracy theorists get a shine. They're like, I told you so. I wasn't crazy. They are spying on us. Just kidding.
I wonder what... Like, we were talking about this earlier, like way before the podcast, was how they put that... What was it? Joe Rogan posted it, about the aliens.
Oh. I still don't get what he was saying. Like, how there's a countdown to something.
So once they...
Because I don't get
you see
that.
So apparently, I don't know what the phrasing was on what his post was, but they said with the signing of this new like relief bill, COVID relief bill, and one of the like intelligence, I don't know what it would be, that they're gonna start the like 180-day countdown to tell the public about like UFOs or something.
So there's an actual countdown starting like from that bill to when they're gonna release information.
Yeah.
That's weird that they would do a countdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It sounds like
I know. I was like,
sounds like they're preparing us for some weird stuff.
Oh,
Dang, bro, it's a party.
I'm on number 3. You guys need to catch up.
I know. You got more? I'll take it. I'm actually almost out.
These things, I never liked these, and every time I went to Noah's, he hands me one.
Dude,
Just
you know
get
what
addicted.
conspiracy like made like conspiracies mainstream this last year? I think it was last year. Was Jeffrey Epstein, of course. Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh yeah, his death.
Yeah, and like all his like little island that he had, and like
Pizzagate.
yeah, oh yeah, Pizzagate. But
Makes you
Pizzagate,
Is that
Didn't-
related to him?
Yeah,
kind of.
he's a part of it, I think.
I don't. Well, the island was for sure its own thing. Like that's proven. Like he definitely had an island where
Well, I
they
think
they
they
like,
took the Pizzagate to the
And
island.
the ranch here in New Mexico, too.
Oh, Zorro Ranch. Dude, have you seen the aerial shot of Zorro Ranch?
Mm-mm.
It's insane, dude. There's like this field. It looks like a garden, but it's like from the aerial view, the garden is like in the shape of like a weird cross, like the way the plants are shaped, and it looks like a weird like ritual, like a weird like place where you like. It just looks weird, bro. Like the way that they're shaped, like it looks like people are meant to like gather around it, like from the helicopter. Is kind of sketchy.
That's so weird, dude.
We're gonna have to sneak in, see what's going on. Pulling Alex Jones with a hidden camera. Look, they really are doing it.
The fluoride turns frogs gay.
Do you remember when Alex Jones snuck into?
Yeah, there's like this conspiracy dude, and he's like, he says crazy stuff. Like,
No, but he actually snuck into
Oh, yeah.
Bohemian Grove, and Bohemian Grove is like
that's weird.
it's like a place like where all these like the richest people in the world like go. It's like a retreat, like a summer retreat, and like only like the wealthiest people, like all the presidents go to it, and they all go to this thing, and I guess the conspiracy is like that's where they like plot like what they're gonna like do, run the world. Like they come up with like plans, I guess, because they're all in
Yeah.
each other's circle. But like the Alex Jones guy snuck in there like with a camera, and
I
like
don't know who
he
that
like
is.
found them like burning like a freaking owl. There was like a
Yeah.
big owl god, and they were like fake sacrificing a kid, and like all these
Yeah,
people
no,
were
it's
around
like-
a fire.
It was like early 2000s when this came out.
Yeah.
But,
But like all these rich people are like gathered around it, like yeah, and it's like the sketchiest
Yeah.
thing ever.
Jeez.
well, that's what a lot of, like, if you, like, hear Alex Jones, like, he has, like, a lot of things that came true that he knew about, but, like, the other half he just says, like, really, really crazy stuff. So, like, that's how the media kind of discredits him.
Yeah, because like 25% or 50, even if like 25% or even more sticks, like the other 40% that he's wrong is just gonna define him, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's one of those guys that'll just put conspiracy on everything, and every now and then he'll catch one, you know. But I don't know. I used to like be like consumed by that, and like just because I always wanted to know like how are we being tricked, like I don't know. I was just like obsessed with like if they are messing with me, like I want to find out why. Like I don't like being lied to, like any other human being.
What do you think is like one of your top conspiracies that you kind of like?
I literally have never looked into anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't do it because you'll go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
It's not.
I feel like it's not gonna add anything to my
won't.
the quality of my life.
That's exactly what I was just gonna say.
It's like the late night scrolls on YouTube, and then you just start clicking one video.
Yeah.
Then one, and then you're like,
well some things are just like these things that like we discover. These things, like let's say it is true. So what? Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna go change the world and go to the, are you gonna march and be like, I found this secret?
Yeah.
Like, you're still gonna live your life.
Yeah, you're not gonna do it. Yeah.
But like that like kind of like overflows into like just the politics world too. Like not just conspiracies. Like people who are just so like consumed by just like the news and stuff, and that's like who they identify themselves as. Like they don't like nothing else outside of like what's the latest thing that Trump said today. Every conversation I have today is gonna revolve around that news article. Did you hear about this? Did you hear what he said?
Repeating the same story to everyone.
He just
that
sent
will
the check.
listen,
Did you know that he takes caffeine pills? Some say it might be Adderall. No, I'm just kidding. It's like who cares?
Yeah.
That's why it's like it'll take a lot of your time, thinking about that stuff.
No, yeah, you're right.
Cause it takes away from like what you can actually do, Like we've talked about this on the podcast,
Yeah.
Like I like how we just prefer people to like be more involved, like in like what's actually tangible in their real lives. Like if you see a problem, fix it in your own city before you go to the White House or something,
Yeah.
Like if you like have a problem with poverty, like don't argue about it on Facebook. Go somewhere and like start giving, and some good things will happen.
Yeah,
it's true.
I think that's kind of a byproduct of just being creative in any sense. Not even, I don't know, however you want to define creativity. But if you're focused on things that you can bring into the world, you're not worried so much about what other people are doing. When you have so much going on, like, I have this idea, I need to do this, and this.
Yeah,
and like,
it's good.
Yeah, you're not consumed with Trump's Adderall pills.
Yeah, exactly. I'm starting to think more and more like that, and I'll of course, it's like entertaining. It's like entertainment at this point, but like,
and you can't even trust the news nowadays, anyways, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
don't watch them.
Can't trust even myself.
Do you watch the news on a normal like a regular?
No,
basis?
I don't watch it at all. I don't even have like my only exposure to like what's going on with the world or any type of like news is like comedy podcasts. Like they'll talk about like current events and stuff. Like a normal human being, like in a conversation, and I'm just like, but I don't like go deeper than what like it is. Yeah, it's just like, but like I couldn't tell you if it's gonna snow tomorrow. Like I have no idea what is going on like at all.
Same.
All I know is I hear a gunshot here and there, and some bad things happen.
Especially where you live.
I know, we just heard someone screaming earlier. Well, it's alright. That's just Karen fighting with Jimmy. It's a Wednesday night, right?
Just Karen.
The show's on.
Yeah, exactly. This is when they fight over what TV show they want to watch.
That's funny.
Oh, man. The world goes around, man. I just respect, man, that you didn't like go the safe route. You took a risk by pursuing this art thing, because like how you said, that the artist route is like a narrow route and it's a hard route to go. Like you said, like for security purposes, you take a risk. You're putting your own product out into the world and you're trusting that people will like it.
Yeah, a risk's like emotionally,
Yeah. You're exposing yourself
financially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, like you and literally, like I wrote this down probably a few months ago, but it was a quote that said every piece takes a piece. So I put like 2 weeks of my life literally into this painting, and I'll never get it back.
Yeah.
And that's just crazy to think about. Like I invested 2 weeks of my time that I'll never into this like random like assortment of paint that I like put in a very specific, it's like a crazy thing.
I know what you're saying.
And even just sitting here looking at it, I'm looking like I should have done that different. I should have done that. Like just looking at all the mistakes. But
is that like the hard part when because I know you're very detail oriented. But like after when you play basketball, football, when you watch film, you're like, I should have done this. Is it like the same as like a paint?
100%, yeah.
But you're more like, I feel like you're more invested into. You know?
Yeah.
Yes and no. Because in saying that, like I invested
2 weeks.
Yeah, like I'd be like I have no attachment to this.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it burned right now, I would not care. If it got stolen, I wouldn't care. Yeah, let's throw the candle right there. Like, I think if you want to make a career out of art, then you have to have like an investment, but like a detachment. If that makes any sense. And that also allows like people to give you criticism and for you to grow and objectively look at things and say, I could have done that better, and not feel like if you do a trash painting, which you're gonna do, you don't attach it to your self-worth and your thought of like yourself,
Well, I think like even your trash painting is like probably someone's like the best thing that they've ever seen.
Nah.
No, but like it like.
But there's stages,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
But like some person might just find that one weird one that you're not like too confident about. Like they might just like really appreciate it.
Exactly.
So you gotta just, like you said, put it out there and trust the process and just trust the process.
The process, man. Yep.
It's hard. It's easier said than done.
Yeah,
I'm sure,
in my
right?
studio, like I hang the paintings on these like strips, and I just have like a bunch of quotes, like inspiring stuff that whenever you come through, like I have you like. So if you ever come to the crib, you have to throw a quote up on there.
Okay.
But I got a bunch of stuff like that.
Nice. I'll have to check it out. Yeah.
Pretty dope.
It's crazy how words can, like if they just like how art, like if it means something to you, it could carry you a long ways. Through anything,
I think words are the most like potent form of every idea I have comes from the written word, whether it's a book or a song or I think in images, but like if you tell me something, you give me a quote, I'm gonna chew on that, and then it's weird how it works.
That's crazy.
Other people, it could be different, but
I think all minds are different because I'm like I have like. I don't know why sounds, or I don't know if it's just because I'm like the way I'm wired or what, but I can remember like sounds, like certain sounds of like I could recognize like differences in voices. Like if there's an actor that's playing like a certain cartoon's voice, I know exactly what it is like right off the bat. Yeah. But like I don't know, like music. I think that's why music sticks with me a little bit more. But I don't know. It just I think it's just the way my mind works. Like when I'm hearing music, all of a sudden I'll start like thinking, like my memory will just enhance. It's weird. Even though I listen to people talk all the time and stuff. Yeah. When I hear music, all of a sudden like I'll have a memory of like something I didn't think of until I was like 10 years old. It's like weird how it just like the mechanics of it. Yeah. It just like flows through.
I don't want to say a subconscious thing, but even the same thing. If I'm listening to someone talk and I'm drawing, it's like occupying enough of my brain. To where it like shuts down or it like gets out of the way. Yeah. So if you're listening to music, it's like occupying that brain to allow you to relax enough to like.
Yeah. I think that's why I'm always listening to audio stuff because I don't know if it helps with it might help with my anxiety or what, but it, like you said, it occupies me enough to where I can focus on what I'm doing, but not like think about it too much to where I'm stressed out about it. Yeah. Like if I'm just whatever, even at work, if I'm like listening to it without music or without something, I might just like go crazy.
Like, taking a shower or like when you go for a drive, some people have like their greatest ideas in the shower.
Yeah. For that. Well, think about like a dad playing catch with his son, like, and you're just throwing the ball, and like the kid like opens up to, like without even thinking about it, subconsciously the kid just starts telling him and talking and opening up. But he's playing catch, and that's like what's helping him distract him, but like allow him to get it out.
It's like on what is that episode of The Office? when Toby's counseling Michael and they start
Oh,
playing
yeah.
games.
What is he doing? What game is it?
They just you know how Michael
Shoot, I can't remember.
doesn't
the game.
like.
Oh, doesn't he? Isn't that the one where he like hits the bell? Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah, and he
He
flips
hits the
them
bell,
off.
and then he gives him a treat.
Yeah.
Or am I thinking of a totally?
I think
different
it's
one?
he's like they're like literally. So he's like
it's like
assigned
that.
therapy. And so he has to go to Toby, and obviously he hates Toby, and Toby like tricks him into playing a game, and then as they're playing, he like slowly starts to like open up about like his past trauma.
Oh,
and,
I
like,
see.
and then he finally like snaps, like like
Yeah. He like flips him off and walks out. He's like, "Give me the paper. I'll sign it myself."
Damn. So we were just watching that right before you came.
It's the goat, man.
I didn't like it, and then Noah kept saying, "You have to watch it.
It's the greatest show ever,
Dude,
man.
Can't stop
Office.
watching it." It's
We
hilarious.
were well. Today's the last day. It's on Netflix, huh?
Tomorrow.
That's why we were watching it. We were just like going down memory lane, and you were showing me like all your favorite episodes. Which one were we watching, dude? The Christmas one,
the
where they both dress as Santa
Phyllis
Claus,
is Santa.
Yeah.
and then he just changes his outfit to Jesus. And he's like a hater Jesus. He's just all talking crap to everyone with the microphone.
Who did you tell Stanley he's going to hell?
Yeah. He's like, that candle will suit you perfect with your second life. He's all, Lord knows you're trying to impress some woman. He's allowed to work perfect. Like, he's just giving him all kinds of crap.
Yeah. That's.
I only got to like season 6, I think.
Yeah.
I
wish I
didn't
had
finish it.
my sketchbook.
He did
I
Creed.
have Creed and Stanley. I'd like sketch
On your
it.
sketchbook?
Yeah. I'll have to show you.
Dude,
I love Creed.
Creed is low-key legend, huh?
High key in my book.
Yeah, I think so.
For sure. He's just
Yeah.
like... What was the one we were talking about? Where they're talking, like, where it's Halloween, remember?
Yeah.
And everyone's dressed up in
Today's
Creed.
Halloween?
Yeah, Creed. He
That's
shows up, he's all
really,
bloody.
really convenient.
So, wow. Dude, just like little
He never
verses
knows
like
his.
that.
He never knows his job.
Yeah. Michael Scott's like, we don't know what Creed does, but he does something.
He's like, "You want to see Four Toes Kids?"
Throw, yeah. That show was
Creed,
cool
right.
because they painted like each character so differently from one another.
Yeah.
But Michael Scott for sure is like,
Dude, that was
he's the one who
sad.
carries the show. I can't imagine it without him. I don't know how they did it. Like, I can't imagine an office world without him.
Yeah.
Did
Did
you
it
watch?
still work?
Yeah, it's not the same. I still think it's funny. Some people
Yeah.
literally will stop after season 7 and just go back and they will not watch the last 2.
I've done that. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not.
So
one
he
of those.
leaves at season 7
Yeah.
at the end? Does he get fired or what?
He gets married finally.
Yeah.
I don't.
No way.
I just ruined it.
See that
Sorry.
nerd girl?
Spoiler.
Yeah.
The
Jeez.
blonde one?
Yeah.
Wow. Man.
You asked.
Yeah, you did ask. Did you watch that new? What's that Disney movie? Soul.
So I haven't seen it yet.
Keanu
Dude,
was telling me it's pretty good.
good. It's
Yeah.
a good movie.
I'm still stuck on Mandalorian.
I just finished Mandalorian myself.
Did you? Is
Yeah.
that- Spoiler alert.
Right. I won't go into it.
Yeah, I love that.
Darth Vader comes back.
Kills Grogu.
I know.
Who's Grogu?
Oh, I was like, wait.
Oh my gosh, dude. That show is good, bro. I think that show saved the original like Star Wars fans, like the
Yeah.
fanatics. Cause like I feel like with the newer movies, like the old fans of Star Wars kind of like got like detached from it in a way,
Yeah.
or like
I
we're
know
so
you mean.
married to the old kind that it was just. So this one like takes you back to that world fresh out of like. Right after Luke defeats Darth Vader, and like it's still in that world, you know. Like they got the what are they called? The cantinas. They got like all the cantina scenes, you know, like where they're in bars
Yeah.
making deals, and
Yeah.
you know,
I honestly don't know.
it's like old western kind
Kind
of.
of like a western.
That's what it reminds me of. Like the old Star Wars movies, like with Han Solo, they're like western. Like they're all in a bar. Like
Yeah.
you see some guy get shot in the background.
Yeah, that is a good. Yeah, I've never
Like
made
it's like
that
a
connection.
like an alien western, I guess.
Yeah, space.
And
Yeah.
it wasn't like
Space West.
yeah, it wasn't like oversaturated too with like, you know, like it was perfect amount like the 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like it wants you like it makes you crave the next episode.
I wish there was more though, because they're so short, and then there's only 8 episodes, so you like knock out a whole season, and
Yeah.
at least for me, because I'm just painting like. With
You
the
have it on the
back.
back.
Yep.
And it's today, like you're just done with the whole season. But
For sure. I think they cashed out though, like with the graphics and stuff.
they had, yeah.
Like some of the creatures and all that. I'm like, this is a movie. Like this is not a show. Like I was just like, Because if you think about it, like, okay, each episode's what, 45 minutes?
30 to
And
45.
the season's how many episodes?
8.
That's like more than a movie, you know? So like, would we rather have that or just one movie?
I think shows are becoming the new movies.
Well, they have more context. We can like follow character arcs way
Exactly.
more deeply and not just like be like, he's the hero, oh, he died.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you see Wonder Woman yet?
I haven't. Have you?
is it good?
Fire?
Should I rent it? I don't know what that means. Is he
I
about
think-
to trash
I'm not
it?
gonna say
Are
anything.
you gonna trash
You
it?
have to.
When you watch it, let me know.
No, but at least like
No
do this
feedback.
or
No feedback.
that. Come on, dude. I'm not
me-
gonna watch it then.
All right.
It
Your loss.
sucks. It sucks to me. I love the first one though.
The first one's good.
I heard on this one she like has a sex change and like starts dating a chick. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine.
You're not wrong. No shit.
Oh man. I feel predictions since we haven't seen it.
I think it's
We'll
gonna be
watch
really
this
good.
again. Wait, hold on, real quick. So this movie takes place before the first one.
No, after this.
Do you want me to tell
Just
you?
give me the time frame. You don't
It's
have
It's
to
called
like.
Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah,
So it's
so
like in
is that-
1984.
So they brought the guy back though somehow.
Yes.
We all know that. We see him in the previews.
All right.
So okay. So, but I was confused. I wasn't sure if it was like going before the first movie or.
After.
So it's in the 80s.
Yeah.
Nice. Does she have pouvier?
No, not really.
Hooped earrings? That ain't the 80s
No.
then. No, I'm just kidding.
They couldn't make her like too
80s.
crazy.
She had to stay true to herself.
Exactly.
Huh? And the villain? You can tell who the villain is. It's a cheetah
I
woman.
haven't.
It's a cheetah woman.
Oh, I've seen in the previews. Like, I've seen the fight scene. Or like
Yeah.
a bit of it.
That's all I know. Okay, without giving it away, are they gonna like continue the Marvel or the?
DC.
Is this like one of those movies where at the end they're like, oh, it's part of a bigger picture, or is it just a standalone film?
Let's just say I was so disappointed at the end. I did not care.
Oh, dang!
I'm not a DC fan
Me.
myself, so I didn't go into it with high expectations. But my low expectations were not even met.
Dang.
Oh.
I'm a.
Have you
DC
seen Aquaman?
Yeah.
Did you like Aquaman?
I like the graphics.
That's right.
As
Okay.
far as the story goes, I thought it was
the story was, that movie was
Like-
cringe to me.
like some of the scenes, like where they had the camera following them and they're like running through wall. Like I thought the action scenes were pretty dope, but like they're like looking at it from a kid's perspective, I'd probably think it was the dopest thing ever. You know what I mean? Like you're seeing them with tridents and stuff, but
I think that's where Marvel did it right.
yeah,
Well,
Marvel.
they
Marvel's
messed up
a
with
big
X-Men.
web, huh?
They did mess up with X-Men, but I think that was like where they learned how to do this, like with all the new ones, like Iron Man.
Well, did you hear what they're gonna do with the new Spider-Man movie?
The what is it?
They
Multiverse?
recasted the old Spider-Mans,
Yeah.
so they're gonna bring all the dimensions together.
Andrew Garfield and Tobey
Heck
Maguire.
yeah.
They're gonna make them exist all in the same universe. So they're gonna have Garfield, Toby, what was
Tobey
the other guy?
Maguire.
Toby. You know what I mean?
The OG.
Yeah.
The Spider-Verse in real life. That would
If
be
they bring
sick.
the Miles into that somehow, that would be
that would be nuts.
crazy.
Because why else would they be investing into the game? Like all this stuff, you have to do something.
Marvel's
you know.
the GOAT.
What are we
Next
gonna have
year.
like 20 Spider-Mans and just to deny that they're all?
I think
Yeah.
like on the Investor Day it said Spider-Man. It's next December,
Yeah.
December 27th or 17th, I think it was.
Dang.
Dang.
That would be
Next
cool,
year.
huh?
Heck yeah.
To see like the old Spider-Mans and you see Tobey Maguire giving advice to like Miles.
Because
or
then
something.
I mean, just like you said, the kids will love it. They love Spider-Verse. And then everyone our age and above is going to love like the old Spider-Man. So
Yeah.
just bridge that whole gap.
Imagine seeing them all in the
Genius.
same scene. You know,
I know, that'd be crazy.
like all like talking like or giving advice to the youngest one. Who's the one right now? Tom
Youngest-
Holland.
Tom
He's like the
Yeah.
main one.
I like Tom
Dude,
Holland.
they killed it with the last Spider-Man. I loved it.
Yeah.
I was like kind
Homecoming?
of I don't know like because the Garfield ones were kind of whatever.
I like the Garfield one.
They were alright. I actually, yeah, they're alright.
He had such a short
Time. yeah.
run, yeah.
They're bringing him back, get his cash.
Yeah, I know it's
On
on
that
that
scene.
I'm not Diego's the guy to talk about comics with. He knows
Yeah.
everything there is to know.
I only know
We'll
like
have to
surface
tease his
level.
brain.
I only know
Yeah,
surface
same.
I
level.
know. I don't know.
I'm more into like I was more into like the like the Avengers, like Iron Man. I really liked Iron Man.
Yeah. That was a good run. When they first announced the Avengers, a lot of us kids didn't even know what that was, you know. And then we like learned what it was after, you know. We're like, wait, there's a team called the Avengers? Like, this is real? And then like made you almost go back in time and like reread. You know, like once you found out about the Infinity Gauntlet, like you found out that it was based off of like an actual comic series that existed, you're like more interested in it automatically because you're like, oh, this is what might happen. Thanos does get the gauntlet, you know, like you're just like, there's this YouTube page called Comics Explained, and there's this guy. He has a big deep voice. It's like soothing. It's like
it's like soothing.
Like just hearing him talk about comics is like you could just pay attention for hours, dude.
That's sick.
And he'll just he'll break down comic stories. Like he'll just do Venom explained, and he'll literally go from the beginning of Venom's history all the way through to like now and tie it into like the movies. And he'll show you pictures of like actual comic pages.
That's sick.
Yeah, like Venom used to be this, but then this new guy, you know, this new writer changed his story to whatever, you know. And so then after you watch that and you watch the Venom movie, you're like, sick.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so great. Dude, that's where the most I spend all my time is on YouTube, like watching review videos. Dude, I always find like something I'm not even gonna buy. I'm watching like a review video for. Anyways, like on YouTube, do you use like your whole setup like while you paint? Is this like all set up in your studio while you paint?
This is like set up for like the next video I upload, I have to like talk to the camera, like kind of explain what I'm doing. And so I'll set up like, I think I have a picture. Just set up one camera. It's like mainly for when I'm talking, like explaining things. I have like
I know that one on the top.
The track lighting.
We're gonna have to. So all this whole production, everything, this is all Noah. So thanks, man.
So yeah,
that's sick.
that one light and then the purple one like hits in the back.
Yeah, that's dope.
Oh, nice. Is that on pause or you?
Yeah, it's just a picture.
Okay. I thought you were just on the camera like.
What's good?
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all she wrote.
Heck yeah, man. Well, we're glad to have you on the show, man. You know, we appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
You know, coming and hanging out at the table for sure.
I need an episode a week next year.
You're gonna try
2021. Starting off
I have to talk to my manager. I don't know if we have enough film for that, but.
Do you want to plug in your YouTube?
Oh yeah, check me out on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything. NB Artistry.
Heck yeah.
Give me some feedback. If you think something's trash, feel free to let me know.
Heck yeah. What about your PBS? Is that on your YouTube channel as well?
Not the full interview.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just...
Could they just look up like PBS, Noé Barnett?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, check it out. Look up all that stuff. Dive deep in the world of Noah.
It's crazy.
The legend.
Nah.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, though.
Yeah, for sure.
No, yeah.
Do you have anything?
Nope.
Rams
check
are
out
trash.
our...
I know.
Good Lord.
We just did a collaboration with Luke Griego with some graphic art. Thanks, Luke.
Yeah,
we're hoping to transition that into some merch for you guys. So we're working on a website, and as soon as we get the website up and running, we figure out the logistics, we're going to be dropping some merch. So stay tuned. We love you guys. We miss you.
We need a sponsorship.
Yeah, until next time, baby.
Aha.